What if everything you thought you knew about productivity was wrong? In today's fast-paced world, many of us equate success with busyness, filling our days with endless tasks that leave us exhausted but unfulfilled. But what if there's a better way, one that focuses on doing more meaningful work, without the burnout? Cal Newport, the best-selling author of Deep Work, presents a transformative approach to productivity that prioritizes quality over quantity. In this summary, we'll explore actionable, research-backed strategies from Newport's slow productivity framework, showing you how to work smarter, not harder. Stay tuned to discover how you can revolutionize your work-life balance and achieve sustainable success. Now that we've sparked your curiosity about what might be missing from your current approach to productivity, let's dive into Newport's vision of slow productivity. This isn't just another productivity hack, but a comprehensive philosophy designed to help you thrive in an age of constant demands. The book at a glance: an author's journey. In Slow Productivity, Cal Newport challenges the conventional wisdom of productivity by introducing a more thoughtful and intentional approach to work. As we navigate an age of constant distractions, Newport's philosophy of deep work offers a refreshing alternative to the hustle culture that dominates today's society. He argues that real productivity isn't about doing more, but about doing the right things, the tasks that truly matter and lead to long-term success. One of Newport's most compelling insights is this: if you don't produce, you won't thrive, no matter how skilled or talented you are. This quote encapsulates the essence of his argument: success comes from focus, deliberate action, and removing distractions, not from the chaotic grind that many associate with productivity. Newport's approach stands out because it's backed by rigorous research and grounded in practical takeaways. It's not just another productivity trend, it's a blueprint for achieving meaningful work in an age of overwhelming demands. By implementing the slow productivity mindset, you'll learn how to manage your time better, avoid burnout, and ultimately lead a more satisfying and successful life. As we explore Newport's concept of slow productivity, it's important to understand the mind behind these powerful ideas. Cal Newport's unique expertise in both academia and productivity makes him one of the leading voices in this space. Cal Newport is a computer science professor at Georgetown University and a leading voice in the world of productivity, technology, and personal development. With a background in algorithm theory, Newport brings a unique and analytical approach to the concept of deep work and productivity. He is the author of several best-selling books, including Deep Work, So Good They Can't Ignore You, and Digital Minimalism. His work has been featured in major publications like the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and The Economist. What sets Newport apart from other authors in the productivity space is his deep dive into the psychological and neurological aspects of focus. His practical, research-backed strategies resonate with readers who are looking for more than just quick fixes. They want lasting, meaningful change in their personal and professional lives. With Newport's impressive background and research-driven approach, it's clear why his methods resonate with so many readers. If you're inspired by his work, let's dive even deeper. Don't forget to share your thoughts with us and be part of the conversation. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by your to-do list or frustrated by your inability to focus, Newport's insights are a game changer. Let us know in the comments if these strategies resonate with you, and share how you plan to incorporate slow productivity into your life. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content on personal development and productivity. Join our growing community of individuals committed to working smarter, not harder. Your journey toward a more fulfilling life starts now. Subscribe and stay connected. Now that you've heard what Newport's approach offers, let's start exploring the book's core ideas chapter by chapter, beginning with the all-too-common issue: our problematic obsession with constant busyness. Chapter 1: The Problem with Productivity. Cal Newport begins by addressing a pervasive misconception in modern work culture: the belief that productivity is synonymous with constant busyness. He argues that our obsession with packing more tasks into our day creates a false sense of accomplishment. In reality, the quality of work suffers as we become distracted and stretched too thin. Newport points out that this hustle culture mindset often leads to burnout and a loss of creativity. A real-life example of this problem is seen in many corporate settings, where employees feel pressure to stay busy at all times. While they may complete numerous small tasks, these efforts often fail to contribute meaningfully to long-term goals. Newport highlights that real productivity comes from what he calls deep work, emphasizing a focus on high-value tasks over the sheer number of tasks completed. He introduces the dangers of burnout, how overwork erodes mental health and cognitive function, draining our energy and creativity over time. Productivity is not about doing more in less time, it's about focusing on the right things that lead to meaningful outcomes. Consider the case of Maria, a project manager in a high-pressure tech startup. Despite completing dozens of tasks each day, she noticed her projects were stagnating. She was too busy firefighting and responding to emails to focus on the deeper, creative work that would drive innovation in her team. Maria's experience illustrates Newport's point: productivity measured by busyness leads to shallow work and, ultimately, frustration. The science behind burnout reveals that constant cognitive load weakens the brain's executive functioning, leading to a reduction in problem-solving ability and creativity. Studies show that multitasking, one of the hallmarks of this busy mindset, can lower IQ levels temporarily and impair productivity in the long run. The key takeaway from this chapter is to shift your perspective from measuring productivity in terms of quantity to quality. Newport advocates for intentional work that aligns with long-term goals, as this leads to sustainable success. The 80-20 principle aligns with Newport's thinking. It suggests that 80% of results often come from just 20% of efforts. Therefore, focusing on high-impact work, rather than small, repetitive tasks, leads to greater success. Some may argue, if I'm not constantly busy, won't I fall behind? Newport addresses this by pointing out that deep, intentional work leads to more substantial progress over time, and that being busy doesn't equate to being productive. Consider the company 3M, which actively encourages its employees to dedicate a portion of their time to deep, focused work without immediate deadlines. This practice has led to breakthrough innovations, including the invention of post-it notes. Think of productivity as a garden. Busy work is like watering every plant with a tiny dropper, slow and inefficient. Deep work, on the other hand, is like installing an efficient irrigation system that provides consistent, meaningful nourishment to the most important plants. Another analogy: traditional productivity metrics are like trying to run a marathon while carrying a heavy backpack. You may move quickly, but you'll soon exhaust yourself and slow down. Slow productivity is about lightening the load and focusing on meaningful strides forward. Newport's philosophy is inspiring because it encourages you to take control of your time and mental energy. By focusing on deep work, you not only avoid burnout but also create space for your mind to thrive. As Newport says, busy is not the goal, meaningful is. Imagine a day where you're not pulled in every direction, but instead feel deeply satisfied with the work you've done. That's the potential of adopting a slow productivity mindset. Chapter 1: Action-Oriented Takeaways. 1. Audit your to-do list. Review your current list of tasks. Are they truly advancing your long-term goals, or are they just keeping you busy? Remove or delegate non-essential tasks. 2. Prioritize one deep work task each day. Block out time in your schedule to focus on one meaningful task without distractions. 3. Set boundaries. Limit distractions by turning off notifications during focused work periods and setting clear expectations with colleagues. 4. Reflect on your energy levels. After a workday, assess whether you felt burned out or satisfied with the quality of work completed. Adjust accordingly. Chapter 1: Unique Angles. Less but better. The power of focus in a distracted world. Newport's argument parallels the Ideas in Essentialism by Greg McKeown, which also advocates for doing fewer things, but doing them better. Both Newport and McKeown emphasize the importance of focusing on high-impact tasks that align with your core values and goals. Newport's concept of slow productivity also touches on the idea of attention residue, a term from psychologist Sophie Leroy. When switching between tasks, your brain leaves part of its attention behind on the previous task, reducing the quality of focus on the next one. This reinforces the value of working on fewer, more impactful tasks in a distraction-free environment. A reader of Newport's work commented, "Cal Newport changed the way I think about work. His philosophy helped me break free from the guilt of not being busy all the time. I now focus on doing deep, intentional work, and my output has never been better." Dr. Adam Grant, a leading organizational psychologist, praised Newport's work, saying, "Cal Newport is redefining productivity for the modern age." His focus on deep work is a critical step forward for anyone looking to succeed in a world full of distractions. As we've seen, Newport makes a compelling case for why traditional productivity metrics are flawed. But what's the alternative? In the next chapter, Newport introduces his transformative slow productivity framework. Chapter 2: The Slow Productivity Framework. In this chapter, Cal Newport introduces his slow productivity framework, which is built around the idea of cultivating focus, intentionally, and depth in work. Newport argues that our current productivity tools and habits often prioritize speed and quantity, which results in shallow, unsatisfying accomplishments. The core principle of slow productivity is to shift focus from doing more to doing better, allowing for high-quality output and deeper satisfaction in one's work. The framework consists of a few central pillars. 1. High-quality tasks. Newport advocates for identifying and prioritizing a smaller number of tasks that have a significant impact, rather than creating long to-do lists filled with minor, inconsequential items. 2. Time blocking. One of the key strategies Newport suggests is the use of time blocking, where you allocate specific, uninterrupted blocks of time to focus on deep work. This contrasts with multitasking, which Newport identifies as detrimental to both productivity and creativity. 3. Rest and reflection. Newport also emphasizes the importance of taking breaks, encouraging deliberate downtime to foster creativity and prevent burnout. He references research that shows how consistent rest boosts cognitive function and problem-solving skills. Slow productivity isn't about doing less. It's about focusing deeply on the right things and doing them well. Imagine someone like Jonathan, a creative director at an ad agency. He found himself caught in an endless loop of emails and meetings, leaving him with little time for creative thinking. After adopting Newport's slow productivity framework, Jonathan began blocking time for brainstorming sessions without interruptions, which led to groundbreaking ad campaigns and a noticeable increase in job satisfaction. Research supports Newport's advocacy for time blocking. Studies by Gloria Mark at the University of California, Irvine, show that it takes an average of 23 minutes to fully regain focus after being distracted. This data underlines the inefficiency of multitasking and the benefits of dedicating specific, undisturbed time to high-impact tasks. The key takeaway from this chapter is that effective productivity doesn't come from checking off numerous small tasks but from focusing on the few tasks that align with your long-term goals. Newport encourages readers to create a system that emphasizes quality over quantity through practical techniques like time blocking. Time blocking, a method Newport popularized, is a powerful time management tool. By designating specific times for different tasks, you prevent distraction, foster deep work, and make meaningful progress on essential tasks. Some might argue, won't time blocking make me feel too rigid? Newport addresses this by explaining that time blocking actually offers more freedom. When you block time intentionally, you protect it from distractions and increase productivity during those sessions, which can free up time later for other activities or relaxation. Microsoft's experiment with the 4-day workweek in Japan is an example of Newport's principles in action. By reducing working hours and encouraging more focused, intentional work, the company saw a 40% boost in productivity. This reinforces Newport's message that quality trumps quantity when it comes to productivity. Productivity is like archery. Slow productivity is about taking careful aim before releasing the arrow, ensuring you hit the target with precision. Traditional productivity is like shooting arrows rapidly without taking time to aim, leading to missed targets and wasted effort. Another analogy, consider time blocking as building a dam for your mental energy. Instead of letting your focus spill in multiple directions, the dam channels your energy into a powerful, concentrated stream that drives progress. Newport's message is motivating because it gives you permission to slow down and focus on what matters most. He helps break the societal pressure of hustling by showing that slowing down can actually lead to greater success. As Newport says, deep work is not a luxury. It's a necessity in our increasingly distracted world. This framework encourages readers to think about their own lives, what tasks are truly advancing their personal and professional goals. By reorienting focus on high-quality tasks, readers can unlock new levels of productivity and fulfillment. Chapter 2 Action-Oriented Takeaways. 1. Start small with time blocking. Begin by blocking off just 1 hour each day for uninterrupted work on a high-impact task. 2. Identify your high-quality tasks. Review your to-do list and highlight the 2 or 3 tasks that will have the most significant impact on your long-term goals. Focus on those tasks. 3. Set a digital boundary. During your time block sessions, use apps that block distracting websites or turn off notifications to maintain focus. 4. Schedule rest periods. Deliberately schedule breaks throughout the day to recharge, allowing for improved creativity and energy. Chapter 2 Unique Angles. The Power of Focus. Lessons from Cal Newport and Gary Keller on Mastering What Matters. Newport's slow productivity framework bears similarities to The One Thing by Gary Keller, which also encourages individuals to focus on the most impactful tasks in order to achieve extraordinary results. Both books emphasize that success comes from narrowing your focus and mastering fewer, but more meaningful, activities. One of the lesser explored aspects of Newport's framework is his focus on reflection. Newport advocates for regular look-back sessions, where individuals assess what they accomplished in their time-blocked sessions. This mirrors the practice of reflection time advocated by billionaire investor Ray Dalio, who attributes much of his success to reflecting on past decisions to improve future outcomes. One reader shared, "Before reading Newport, I thought productivity was about doing as much as possible. After implementing time blocking, I feel less stressed and more productive because I'm actually focusing on what matters most." Ryan Holiday, author of The Daily Stoic, praised Newport's framework, saying, "Slow productivity is exactly what the world needs right now." Newport's ideas of focus and intentional work resonate deeply in an age of constant distractions. With a clear understanding of the slow productivity framework, the next question is how to implement it. This is where Newport's time management strategies come in, giving you the tools to better manage your time and protect your focus. Chapter 3: The Role of Time Management. In this chapter, Cal Newport dives deeper into the relationship between time management and productivity, arguing that how we manage our time directly impacts our ability to do deep, meaningful work. Newport suggests that poor time management leads to constant multitasking, which fractures attention and diminishes the quality of our work. He proposes that mastering time is crucial for mastering productivity. One key element of Newport's time management philosophy is the idea of protecting your time from distractions. Newport explains that successful people often build their days around structured time, ensuring that their most productive hours are spent on the most critical tasks. Time is your most valuable asset. How you manage it will determine the quality of your work and, ultimately, your success. Take the story of Lisa, an entrepreneur juggling multiple projects. Before embracing Newport's time management principles, she found herself constantly switching between tasks and struggling to make progress. After implementing time blocking and prioritization, Lisa was able to focus on her core business strategy, leading to a surge in revenue and a greater sense of accomplishment. Newport references cognitive research that highlights the limits of our brain's ability to switch between tasks. Studies show that multitasking can reduce productivity by as much as 40% and increase mental fatigue. Additionally, when we switch between tasks, we experience attention residue, where part of our attention remains stuck on the previous task, which impairs our ability to fully engage in the next one. The key insight here is that effective time management isn't about cramming more into your day, it's about making deliberate choices that allow you to focus on what truly matters. Newport introduces two practical techniques for time management: time blocking and the Pomodoro technique. Time blocking: schedule blocks of uninterrupted time for focused work. The Pomodoro technique: break work into 25-minute intervals, followed by 5-minute breaks to maintain energy and focus. Some might wonder, isn't multitasking necessary in a fast-paced environment? Newport argues that multitasking feels productive but is actually a productivity killer. He cites research showing that deep focus on a single task produces far better results than spreading attention across many small tasks. Google is an example of a company that encourages employees to set aside dedicated time for focused work. In fact, Google's 20% rule allows employees to dedicate a portion of their workweek to personal projects that require deep thinking. This policy has led to innovations like Gmail and Google Maps. Imagine time as a block of marble. You can either chip away at it haphazardly, producing an undefined shape, or you can carefully carve it with precision, creating a masterpiece. Another analogy: managing time effectively is like being the conductor of an orchestra. When each section plays in harmony, the music is beautiful. When time is unmanaged, it's like all the instruments playing at once in a chaotic noise. Newport's time management techniques are empowering because they show that we are in control of our time, not the other way around. He emphasizes that by taking control of your schedule, you can improve not only your productivity but also your overall quality of life. When you own your time, you own your success, Newport affirms. Chapter 3: Action-Oriented Takeaways. 1. Plan tomorrow today. At the end of each workday, schedule your most important tasks for the next day using time blocks. 2. Try the Pomodoro technique. Start using 25-minute Pomodoro intervals for focused work, followed by short breaks. 3. Batch similar tasks. Group similar tasks into one time block to avoid constant context switching. 4. Identify your prime hours. Notice when you're naturally most productive, and reserve that time for deep work. Chapter 3: Unique Angles, Small Changes, Big Gains, How Time Blocking and Rest Fuel Elite Productivity. Newport's emphasis on time blocking and protecting productive hours aligns with Atomic Habits by James Clear, where Clear discusses the power of creating systems that reduce friction and improve focus. Both authors agree that small, intentional changes in how you manage your time and tasks can lead to substantial improvements in productivity and satisfaction. Newport touches on the importance of recovery time within time management, a topic often overlooked. He highlights how our brains need downtime to process information and generate creative solutions, something that aligns with research by psychologist Dr. K. Anders Ericsson on the importance of rest for elite performance. One reader noted, "I always thought time management was about getting more done in less time. Newport showed me that it's about focusing on the right things, and it has completely transformed how I approach my work." Tim Ferriss, author of The 4-Hour Workweek, praised Newport's approach, saying, "Newport's time management strategies are simple but powerful. They allow you to focus on what truly matters, which is the real secret to success. Mastering time management lays the foundation, but the real magic happens when you fully embrace deep work," Newport's signature concept for achieving meaningful results. Chapter 4, Embracing Deep Work. In this chapter, Cal Newport elaborates on the core concept of deep work, which he defines as the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. Newport argues that deep work is becoming increasingly rare in our modern, distraction-filled world, yet it is crucial for producing high-quality results and achieving meaningful success. Newport explains that deep work is what separates top performers from average ones. It allows individuals to hone their skills, solve complex problems, and produce breakthrough ideas. He contrasts deep work with shallow work, which consists of tasks that are easy to perform but offer little long-term value, such as responding to emails or attending routine meetings. While shallow work may provide a sense of productivity, it doesn't lead to substantial achievements. The ability to perform deep work is becoming increasingly rare at exactly the same time it is becoming increasingly valuable in our economy. Those who cultivate this skill will thrive, while those who rely on shallow work will find themselves left behind. Consider Jane, a software developer tasked with creating a revolutionary new app. Initially, she struggled to make significant progress because her workdays were filled with meetings and distractions. After adopting Newport's deep work philosophy, she began blocking off 4-hour periods of uninterrupted focus each morning. In just a few months, she not only completed the app but also gained recognition as one of the most innovative developers in her company. Newport refers to the cognitive psychology concept of flow, a term popularized by Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, which describes a state of deep focus where individuals are fully immersed in their work. Research shows that people in a state of flow experience heightened creativity and productivity. Moreover, deep work aligns with deliberate practice, a concept introduced by psychologist Anders Ericsson, which highlights that focused, high-effort practice is essential for mastering any skill. The key takeaway from this chapter is the transformative power of deep work. Newport demonstrates that by eliminating distractions and dedicating focused time to challenging tasks, you can achieve results that far surpass the output of multitasking or shallow work. Key concept: deep work is contrasted with shallow work, the latter being tasks that are low in cognitive demand, such as answering emails or attending non-essential meetings. Newport stresses that shallow work should be minimized in favor of deep work, which delivers greater long-term rewards. Some might argue, "I don't have time for deep work because I'm always busy with smaller tasks." Newport challenges this assumption by explaining that busy work often feels urgent but isn't important. By prioritizing deep work, you can produce higher quality outcomes in less time and reduce the need for constant shallow work. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella credits much of his success to deep work. By dedicating time to think deeply about the future of Microsoft, Nadella has steered the company toward a cloud-first strategy, which has contributed to the company's resurgence and growth. Think of deep work like digging a well. You need focused, sustained effort to reach the deep, valuable water below. Shallow work, by comparison, is like skimming the surface. You're busy, but you're not producing anything of substance. Another analogy: deep work is like lifting weights. Just as lifting heavier weights makes you stronger, engaging in deep, challenging tasks strengthens your cognitive abilities over time, making you more skilled and effective. Newport's deep work concept is motivational because it highlights the idea that success is not about being constantly busy, but about being purposefully engaged. He empowers readers to think of their work as a craft, encouraging them to strive for mastery rather than simply getting through their to-do list. As Newport puts it, the deep life is a good life, meaning that by focusing on meaningful tasks and ignoring distractions, you can create a more fulfilling, purpose-driven existence. Chapter 4: Action-Oriented Takeaways. 1. Create a deep work ritual. Develop a pre-work routine that signals to your brain that it's time to focus. This could include setting up your workspace, making a cup of tea, or spending a few minutes meditating. 2. Set a daily deep work goal. Choose one challenging task each day to focus on deeply for at least 1 hour, without interruptions. 3. Eliminate distractions, turn off phone notifications, use website blockers, and inform colleagues or family members that you're unavailable during your deep work sessions. 4. Batch shallow work, schedule specific times during the day for answering emails or completing low-priority tasks so they don't interrupt your deep work periods. Chapter 4 Unique Angles, Deep Work versus Essentialism, Mastering Focus for Unstoppable Success. Newport's deep work concept can be compared to essentialism by Greg McKeown, which also emphasizes the importance of focusing on what truly matters and eliminating unnecessary distractions. Both authors advocate for a more intentional approach to work that prioritizes depth over breadth. While many people understand the importance of focus, Newport delves deeper into how prolonged deep work can lead to mastery and innovation. He cites numerous studies showing that people who engage in deep work consistently, such as elite athletes or musicians, achieve a level of skill and creativity that sets them apart from others. One reader noted, "I always thought I was being productive by juggling multiple tasks at once. After reading about deep work, I realized how much more I could achieve by dedicating focused time to my most important projects." Adam Grant, a renowned psychologist and author of Think Again, praised Newport's work, stating, "Deep work is an essential skill in today's world of distractions." Newport's approach offers a clear path to achieving extraordinary results. As crucial as deep work is, it's only one part of the equation. Newport also emphasizes the importance of rest, an often overlooked but essential element for achieving sustainable productivity. Chapter 5, The Power of Rest. In this chapter, Cal Newport explores the often overlooked importance of rest in the context of productivity. Newport argues that rest is not just a break from work, it's a crucial component of effective work. By allowing your mind to rest, you give it the opportunity to recharge and engage in subconscious problem solving. Newport introduces the concept of deliberate rest, which involves intentional, restorative activities that help replenish energy and creativity. He emphasizes that rest should be viewed as a strategic part of your productivity toolkit, rather than a luxury or an afterthought. Rest is not a deviation from productivity, it's an integral part of it. Without rest, your mind will lack the resilience and creativity needed to achieve deep work. Consider the example of Sarah, a freelance writer who often found herself pushing through fatigue to meet deadlines. After learning about deliberate rest, she started incorporating short breaks and leisure activities into her workday. Not only did her writing improve, but she also found that she was able to come up with more creative ideas during these moments of rest. Newport draws on research from neuroscience that shows how periods of rest allow the brain to process information and consolidate memories. This default mode of the brain is essential for creativity and problem solving. Studies have also shown that sleep plays a critical role in enhancing cognitive function and emotional regulation, which are essential for deep work. The key takeaway from this chapter is that rest is a vital element of sustained productivity. Newport encourages readers to rethink their relationship with rest and integrate it more intentionally into their routines. Key concept: deliberate rest is more than just taking time off. It involves engaging in activities that relax and rejuvenate the mind, such as walking in nature, practicing mindfulness, or spending time on hobbies. These activities promote mental clarity and creativity. Some may question, can I really afford to rest when I have so much to do? Newport explains that rest actually increases productivity by preventing burnout and promoting creative thinking. He points to the work of scientists like Albert Einstein and writers like Ernest Hemingway, both of whom incorporated rest into their routines to enhance their creative output. The company Basecamp, known for its innovative approach to workplace culture, has long emphasized the importance of rest. Employees are encouraged to work a standard 40-hour week and take vacations, resulting in higher levels of job satisfaction and sustained productivity. Think of rest like recharging a battery. Just as a device can't function at its best on low battery, your brain cannot operate at full capacity without regular rest. Another analogy: rest is like sharpening an axe. If you try to cut down a tree with a dull axe, it will take much longer and require more effort. But if you take the time to sharpen the axe, the work becomes much easier and more efficient. Newport's discussion of rest is empowering because it reminds readers that rest is not a sign of weakness, but a strategic tool for achieving long-term success. By making rest a priority, you're not just protecting your energy, you're enhancing your ability to produce your best work. This chapter encourages readers to see rest as an investment in their future performance, rather than a guilty indulgence. Chapter 5 Action-Oriented Takeaways. 1. Schedule rest breaks. Incorporate short breaks into your workday, using techniques like the Pomodoro method to ensure regular intervals of rest. 2. Engage in deliberate rest. Choose one relaxing activity each day, such as a walk, meditation, or reading, that helps you recharge mentally. 3. Get quality sleep. Prioritize 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night to enhance cognitive function and creativity. 4. Set boundaries for work. Establish a clear end to your workday and avoid checking emails or working during rest periods. Chapter 5 Unique Angles. Rest is the secret to peak performance. Lessons from Newport and Huffington. Newport's focus on rest parallels Arianna Huffington's message in The Sleep Revolution, where she discusses the importance of sleep for success and well-being. Both authors challenge the culture of overwork and emphasize the need for rest to maintain peak performance. Newport points out that some of the greatest breakthroughs in science and art occurred not during periods of intense work, but during moments of rest. This insight underscores the idea that downtime is not wasted time, but fertile ground for creativity. One reader shared, "Learning to rest has made a huge difference in my life. I used to feel guilty about taking breaks, but now I realize that they're essential for my productivity and happiness." Arianna Huffington, founder of Thrive Global, commented, "Newport's perspective on rest is spot on. In a world that glorifies hustle, it's refreshing to hear an author advocate for the power of rest as a key ingredient for success." Now that we've covered the significance of rest, let's turn our attention to how your environment plays a pivotal role in fostering or hindering your productivity. Chapter 6 Building a Supportive Environment. In Chapter 6, Cal Newport discusses the significance of cultivating an environment that supports slow productivity and deep work. Newport emphasizes that your surroundings, both physical and digital, can either enhance or hinder your ability to focus and produce high-quality work. The chapter begins by illustrating how clutter, whether it's a messy desk or an inbox overflowing with emails, can detract from your mental clarity. Newport explains that your physical environment is a reflection of your mental state. When your space is chaotic, it's more challenging to concentrate and engage in deep work. He also highlights the importance of managing your digital environment. In today's world, we are bombarded by notifications, emails, and social media alerts, which fragment our attention and pull us away from meaningful work. Newport argues that digital clutter is just as harmful as physical clutter, making it essential to declutter both. The space in which you work can either foster your ability to focus or sabotage it. To engage in deep work, you must create an environment that nurtures clarity, creativity, and calm. Take the story of Brian, a freelance graphic designer who struggled with procrastination and distraction. His workspace was cluttered with papers, old coffee cups, and random objects. After reading Newport's advice, he decided to reorganize his workspace, setting up a clean, minimalist environment that helped him focus. He also installed apps to block social media during work hours. As a result, his productivity skyrocketed, and he was able to take on more challenging and rewarding projects. Newport draws on cognitive psychology, particularly the environment-behavior connection, which suggests that our surroundings have a significant impact on our cognitive performance. Studies show that cluttered environments lead to cognitive overload, making it harder for the brain to process information and concentrate. Conversely, a well-organized space can increase focus and productivity. The key takeaway from this chapter is that creating a supportive environment is crucial for maximizing your productivity. Newport provides a clear framework for optimizing both your physical and digital spaces to enhance your ability to focus on deep work. Key concept: the concept of environmental design is explored, where you intentionally shape your surroundings to promote positive behaviors. In the context of productivity, this means creating a workspace free from distractions, whether physical or digital, that supports your long-term goals. Some may think, "I don't have time to declutter my space, I'm too busy with work." Newport challenges this by arguing that investing time in organizing your environment will pay dividends in the long run. A cluttered space may seem harmless, but it drains mental energy and reduces efficiency, leading to more wasted time overall. Newport references the case of Google's headquarters, which is designed to encourage focus, creativity, and collaboration. The environment is structured with quiet spaces for deep work, open areas for collaboration, and minimal distractions, which fosters both individual and team productivity. Your environment is like a garden. If it's cluttered with weeds, the plants you want to grow, your creativity and focus, will struggle to thrive. By pruning away the unnecessary, you create space for new ideas to bloom. Another analogy: think of your digital workspace as a well-organized toolbox. If your tools are scattered everywhere, you waste valuable time and energy searching for what you need. But when everything is in its place, you can work efficiently and with purpose. Newport's message is simple but powerful: you are the architect of your environment, and by designing it with intention, you can unlock your full potential. He emphasizes that by taking control of your surroundings, you create the conditions necessary for deep work and personal growth. This chapter motivates readers to see their workspace as a tool for success. By decluttering and organizing their environments, they can transform not only their work performance but also their mental well-being. Chapter 6 Action-Oriented Takeaways. 1. Declutter your workspace. Spend 30 minutes cleaning and organizing your desk or office. Remove unnecessary items and create a minimalist setup that encourages focus. 2. Limit digital distractions. Install apps like Freedom or Stay Focused to block distracting websites during your deep work sessions. 3. Optimize your digital files. Organize your computer files into folders for easy access. Archive old emails and unsubscribe from newsletters or services you no longer need. 4. Create a focus zone. Designate a specific area in your home or office for deep work. This space should be free from distractions and signal to your brain that it's time to focus. Chapter 6 Unique Angles. Declutter your space, unlock your mind. Insights from Newport and Kondo. This chapter aligns with Marie Kondo's The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, where Kondo explains how decluttering your environment leads to mental clarity and joy. Both Newport and Kondo argue that the state of your surroundings directly affects your emotional and cognitive well-being. Newport highlights how small environmental changes, like adding plants or natural light to your workspace, can significantly boost creativity and focus. Research from the field of biophilic design shows that incorporating elements of nature into your work environment improves mental clarity and reduces stress. One reader shared, "After organizing my workspace based on Newport's advice, I immediately felt more focused and less stressed. It was like a mental weight had been lifted." Tim Ferriss, author of The 4-Hour Workweek, praised Newport's approach, stating, "The environment you create has a profound impact on your ability to achieve meaningful work." Newport's insights offer a practical roadmap to mastering this often overlooked aspect of productivity. Creating the right environment sets you up for success, but how do you measure that success? Newport challenges the conventional ways we evaluate productivity, encouraging a shift in how we define achievement. Chapter 7 Measuring Success Differently. In this chapter, Newport challenges traditional metrics of productivity, such as hours worked or tasks completed. He argues that success should not be measured by how much you do, but by the quality of what you accomplish. Newport emphasizes that the value of your work lies in its impact, not in the number of hours you put in. He introduces the concept of qualitative success metrics, encouraging readers to focus on results that align with their long-term goals and personal values. Newport critiques the hustle culture mindset, which glorifies long hours and constant busyness, but often leads to burnout and mediocre outcomes. Measuring productivity by hours worked is like measuring the quality of a painting by the amount of time spent holding a brush. What matters is not how long you've worked, but what you've achieved. Consider the story of Robert, a corporate executive who worked 12-hour days but felt unfulfilled. After shifting his focus to qualitative metrics, such as the impact of his leadership and the progress of his team, Robert found that working fewer hours allowed him to achieve better results. By focusing on what mattered most, he became more effective and less stressed. Newport references studies in behavioral economics that show how focusing on outcomes, rather than effort, leads to better decision-making and higher job satisfaction. The Pareto principle is also relevant here. 80% of results come from 20% of focused, high-quality effort. Newport argues that prioritizing this 20% is key to achieving success. The key takeaway from this chapter is that you should redefine what productivity means to you. Newport encourages readers to focus on the outcomes that matter most, rather than getting caught up in the quantity of work done. Key concept: qualitative metrics of success focus on the impact and value of your work, not just the time or effort put into it. This approach shifts the emphasis from busy work to meaningful accomplishments. Some might think, if I work fewer hours, won't my productivity decrease? Newport explains that the goal is not to reduce effort but to concentrate on high-impact activities. By focusing on fewer, more meaningful tasks, you can actually achieve better results in less time. Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, is known for his emphasis on high-impact work. He reportedly spends less time in meetings and more time focusing on strategic decisions that drive Apple's success, demonstrating the power of prioritizing quality over quantity. Think of productivity like a sculptor creating a masterpiece. It's not about how many hours the sculptor spends chiseling away at the stone, it's about the precision and intent with which each strike is made. The value lies in the final result, not the time spent on the process. Another analogy: measuring productivity by hours worked is like measuring the success of a chef by how long they spend in the kitchen. What matters is the quality of the dish they create, not the time they take to prepare it. Newport inspires readers to rethink how they measure success, reminding them that the most valuable work is rarely the busiest work. This chapter empowers readers to prioritize tasks that align with their goals and values, rather than succumbing to the pressure of constant activity. By shifting the focus to qualitative outcomes, readers are encouraged to celebrate their achievements and find fulfillment in the impact they make, rather than feeling overwhelmed by to-do lists. Chapter 7 Action-Oriented Takeaways. 1. Identify high-impact tasks. Review your to-do list and highlight the tasks that will have the most significant impact on your long-term goals. Prioritize these over low-impact, time-consuming activities. 2. Set outcome-based goals. Instead of focusing on hours worked, set goals based on results. For example, aim to complete a high-quality project rather than spend a certain number of hours at your desk. 3. Track progress with qualitative metrics. Measure your progress by the quality and impact of your work. Reflect on how each task contributes to your broader goals and personal growth. 4. Celebrate small wins. Recognize and celebrate the small steps you take toward achieving your larger goals. This will help maintain motivation and reinforce the value of your work. Chapter 7 Unique Angles. The Power of Less. How Newport and McEwen redefine success. Newport's focus on measuring success aligns with Essentialism by Greg McEwen, where McEwen advocates for doing fewer things better. Both authors emphasize the importance of eliminating unnecessary tasks and focusing on high-impact work. Newport introduces the idea that qualitative success metrics can be applied not only to professional work but also to personal life. He encourages readers to measure the quality of their relationships, health, and hobbies, reminding them that success is holistic, not just career-focused. One reader shared, "I used to measure success by how many hours I worked, but after reading Newport's book, I now focus on the quality of my output. This shift has made me more efficient and much happier." Greg McEwen, author of Essentialism, praised Newport's approach. Cal Newport's emphasis on qualitative success metrics is a much-needed antidote to the busyness epidemic. His insights offer a fresh perspective on what it truly means to be productive. As Newport redefines productivity and success, his insights provide a fresh perspective. If you're eager for more transformative strategies, stay tuned for our next book summary, where we'll dive into Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you found Newport's slow productivity framework inspiring, you won't want to miss our next book summary, Atomic Habits by James Clear. In IT, we'll explore how small, incremental changes can lead to life-altering results. Discover the science of habit formation and learn practical steps to create lasting positive habits. Stay tuned for this deep dive into one of the most powerful personal development books of our time. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've taken through Newport's slow productivity framework and how these ideas can empower you to lead a more intentional, productive life. Closing reflections. As we wrap up, let's reflect on the key insights from Slow Productivity by Cal Newport. We've learned that productivity is not about doing more but about doing better. By embracing deep work, effective time management, and the power of rest, you can transform your approach to work and life. Newport's framework offers a path to sustainable success, free from burnout and filled with purpose. Remember, the goal isn't to cram more into your day but to make sure what you're doing truly matters. Whether it's time blocking for deep work or setting boundaries to protect your focus, these strategies empower you to take control of your productivity journey. The power to create meaningful change is in your hands. By applying these principles, you're not just working toward better results, you're building a life that aligns with your values and passions. Take action today, and start your journey toward a more intentional, focused, and fulfilling life. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of slow productivity. We invite you to continue this journey with us by subscribing, and don't forget to share this video with others who might benefit from these powerful insights. Together, we can redefine productivity for the better. See you in the next video.